Hello everyone. Question is, while often associated with Scrum, which of the following practices don't complement Scrum? Choose all that apply. Option A, burn downs, burn ups or cumulative flows. Option B, product backlog refinement. Option C, definition of ready. Option D, sprint zero. Option E, definition of done. Option F, sprint goal. Option G, hardening sprint. Correct answer is option D and option G. Question is, during sprint planning, the product owner and the developers are unable to reach a clear understanding about the highest order product backlog items. Because of this, the developers are unable to determine how many product backlog items it can forecast for the upcoming sprint. However, the product owner and the developers are able to agree on a sprint goal. Which of the following actions should the Scrum Master support? Option A, continue sprint planning until an adequate number of product backlog items are well enough understood for the development team to make a complete forecast. Then start the sprint. Option B, forecast the product backlog item that is most likely to meet the sprint goal and create the sprint backlog. Conclude the sprint planning and start the development work. Continue to analyze, decompose, and create additional functionality during the sprint. Option C, the product backlog refinement was not adequate to create product backlog items that could be clearly understood and forecast for a sprint. Cancel the sprint planning meeting. Ask everyone to take as much time as needed to analyze the product backlog and then reconvene another sprint planning meeting. Option D, during the next sprint retrospective, discuss why this happened and what changes will make it less likely to occur. Option E, Scrum is no working. Conduct more thorough training for the entire team and then start a new sprint. Correct answer is option B and option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, the CEO, a key stakeholder for your team's product, approaches you. He fears an important part of the product's envisioned features is not getting the needed priority. This uncertainty is worrying him deeply. How can you help the CEO? Choose all that apply. Explain to the CEO that the product owner is the one is in control of priorities and will do everything to make sure the product offers the maximum possible value to stakeholders and customers. He does not need to worry. Option A, advise the CEO to take this up with the product owner. Option B, inform the product owner of the conversation you had. Advise him to invite the CEO to the sprint review. Option C, take note of the feature mentioned by the CEO and relay them to the product owner. Option D, take a short moment to give the CEO a high-level update about the result of the last sprint review. Correct answer is option A and option B. Question is, you are the Scrum Master for a new team that's been working with Scrum for 3 months now. During the daily Scrum, 2 of the 6 developers rarely add to the conversation. When asked, they use vague, unclear language. The other Scrum team members appear frustrated about this for several sprints now, but do not address the situation. In handling this, which of the following options are preferable? Option A, address your observation during the upcoming sprint retrospective. Option B, trust the team to self-manage and find their own solution to this issue. This is not unusual in a relatively new team. Option C, pay attention during the sprint review. If the team is delivering valuable working product, it is working for them. No one tells the team how they approach their work. Option D, teach the developers to the Scrum team to participate in the daily since its purpose is to inspect progress towards the sprint goal and adapt the sprint backlog. Correct answer is option A and option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, someone from the HR department approaches you. They regret to inform you that the product owner for your team is absent starting today and will be unavailable for the rest of this sprint. The product owner might be back at work somewhere during the next sprint, but it's all unknown at this point. What should the Scrum team do? Answer is, for the short term, this sprint and the next, the Scrum team should be able to continue and work, adhering to the product vision the product owner laid out and it's expressed in the order of the product backlog. The latest state and ordering of the product backlog should reflect this vision. The Scrum events must continue and take place in case the stakeholders are not invited for the upcoming sprint review. The Scrum Master should work on that. If the product owner's absence lengthens, this becomes an impediment to the team. The Scrum Master must make this known to the organization and a new product owner should be appointed. Detail: a scenario type of question that requires your experience to be used as a Scrum Master. Question is, a fellow Scrum Master asks for your input. His team members see no value in defining a sprint goal and he has trouble explaining its use to them. What would you tell this Scrum Master? Answer is, the sprint goal is extremely important. The Scrum team commits to doing everything in their power to reach this goal. It explains why the team is doing what it does. It offers flexibility as well. When new discoveries are made during the sprint, the team determines how to address them. They are free to do this in any way that does not endanger the sprint goal. Without a sprint goal, you are not doing Scrum. Detail: in case you have experience in creating sprint goal, mention in your answer since it strengthens your answer. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, in what way does Scrum encourage ethical behavior doing the right thing in product development? Answer is, in Scrum, we build quality working products that are valuable to our organization and end users. We are transparent about the work we do, challenges, and all uncertainties we face. We share knowledge, we communicate and collaborate with each other. We seek opportunities to inspect and adapt so we can improve ourselves and our process and tools, and hold ourselves and others accountable. We look beyond ourselves. In this, we are guided by the Scrum values of commitment, courage, focus, respect, and openness. It is also valuable to mention that we, the team, lives the values, the pillars of transparency, inspection, and adoption come to life. The Scrum Guide says the Scrum team members learn and explore the values as they work with the Scrum events and artifacts. When these values are embodied by the Scrum team and the people they work with, the empirical Scrum pillars of transparency, inspection, and adaptation come to life, building trust. Detail. Remember to use and describe the Scrum values as means to teach and apply Scrum. And as Scrum Master is your responsibility to know how and why to use them. In order to build trust and have a strong team, the Scrum values support that process. If you have your own experience, describe it. It will enhance the quality of your answer. You can download the complete list of updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is the developers in your Scrum team rise an impediment. The work planned for the upcoming sprint involves certain knowledge and expertise they do not possess within the team. How do you handle this impediment? Answer is an impediment is something the team might not be able to resolve in case they don't possess the ability or knowledge for it. The Scrum Master serves the Scrum team in several ways, and coaching the team members in self-management and cross-functionality is an essential part of its accountabilities. However, when an impediment cannot be addressed by the team, the Scrum Master must act and help remove the impediments. The Scrum Master might ask if the expertise really needed. A conversation with the product owner could help, finding that another approach or changing scope is also viable. Perhaps a third party can supply the code or service needed. If the expertise really is needed, start by asking the team how they, as a cross functional team, could gain the knowledge needed. Maybe time to learn, do research, training, or building a prototype could be enough. During sprint planning, outside experts may be consulted by the team. If none of this resolve the impediment, the Scrum Master can help the team getting the needed expertise from inside or outside the organization available to them. Detail. Observe that cross-functionality is an ongoing exercise the Scrum Master teaches and coaches whenever is possible while considering the Scrum team capabilities to resolve their own impediments. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, how does the cone of uncertainty influence the work being done by a Scrum team during a product's development lifetime? Answer is, at the beginning of the product's lifetime, many unknowns may exist. The team will work on removing these unknowns, for example, by doing research, prototyping, testing with users. When important unknowns are uncovered, work can gradually include more functional stories adding valuable features. At the end of a product development lifetime, work in general may decrease. The unrealized value is low and current value is high. Work will become more operational in nature. The evidence-based management guide can support and enhance how a product can deliver value to its customers by exploring the key value areas. Detail. Cone of uncertainty is a practice that can be employed when using Scrum for product development. Question is, in what ways does the Scrum Master attend the sprint retrospective? Answer is, oftentimes the Scrum Master may facilitate the sprint retrospective based on Scrum team request. More importantly, the Scrum Master joins the sprint retrospective as a Scrum team member, inspecting people, processes, and tools while helping the Scrum team identify and improve on the most helpful changes to improve its effectiveness. Detail. In case you have your own experience in those scenarios, you can describe them to help sustain your answer. Question is, people have different skill sets, personalities, attitudes, and abilities to work in teams. A project is going to use a group of 100 people. You are the Scrum Master. How would you describe who would be on which teams? Answer is, as a Scrum Master, I would facilitate a workshop having a product owner share the product vision, product goals, its market, products users, and stakeholders, and set some boundaries that are helpful, like what is the team size we could have, what skills are needed in each team for the product. Create an environment where people can self organize and self manage to form teams. It is also important to share with these people that the aim of providing as much value as possible is the ultimate goal, and to find out what value is, the customer needs to be asked and ask what their priority and needs are. Detail. In case you have your own experience in those scenarios, you can describe them to help sustain your answer. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, which of these are Scrum artifacts and which one poses commitment? Choose three options. Option A, for the increment, its commitment is the definition of done. Option B, for the sprint, its commitment is the Scrum values. Option C, for the sprint goal, its commitment is the definition of done. Option D, for the sprint backlog, its commitment is the sprint goal. Option E, for the product backlog, its commitment is the product goal. Correct answer is option A, D, and option E. Question is, during a meeting at the start of a brand new software development initiative with Scrum, a stakeholder tells all those assembled that he doesn't believe in Scrum. Traditional project manager limits business risk by setting a deadline and budget. He says Scrum does not offer any of this and is therefore a high risk approach he is not willing to take. What is your reply? Option A, explain that in complex product development, discoveries are made along the way. No guarantees can be given. Risk is inherent to building software. Option B, explain that those traditional approaches always went over budget, time, while delivering low value, unmaintainable products. Option C, yell okay sir, while insisting he go live with the dinosaurs. Option D, explain that Scrum limits risk by frequent inspection and adaptation mechanism, and in every sprint. A product increment is created by the Scrum team, and by doing so, we become able to respond to change and address risk when it occurs. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is agility often requires a change in organizational culture and how individuals, teams, and those around them behave. Which of the following statements would enable positive change? Choose all that apply. Option A, enabling self-management within Scrum teams. Option B, the product owner should focus on value, flow, and quality. Option C, the Scrum Master of the team acts as a subject matter expert and provides technical solutions to the team. Option D, the Scrum team forecasts to the sprint goal and commits the sprint backlog. Option E, guiding the Scrum team members to discover what works best for them. Option F, coaching people in Scrum and positive team behavior by gradually embodying the Scrum values. Option G, the product owner should focus on quality by expanding the definition of done every sprint retrospective. Correct answer is option A, B, E, and option F. Question is, can a Scrum Master or a product owner also serve as a developer on a Scrum team? Option A, no. Option B, never. Option C, yes. Correct answer is option C, yes. Question is, a team decides their current sprint length of 30 days is too short. They are overhauling an entire platform and some work just takes more time. They increase their sprint length to 2 months. From Scrum's perspective, what are the first more likely consequences of this decision? Choose the four best answers. Option A, transparency will likely decrease. Option B, the product owner will likely be less available. Option C, technical debt will likely increase. Option D, the Scrum values will likely be less embodied by the team. Option E, the increment is likely to deviate further from stakeholder expectations. Option F, the team is no longer doing Scrum. Option G, the team's improvement will slow down. Correct answer is option A, E, F, and option G. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, on a project with one product backlog, your management has given you 6 Scrum teams. You are the Scrum Master. What criteria should you use when you distribute the product backlog items among the Scrum teams? Answer is, according to the Scrum Guide, a Scrum requires a Scrum Master to foster an environment where the Scrum team turns a selection of the work into an increment of value during a sprint. Hence, the Scrum Master does not distribute work from product backlog. The Scrum teams are self-managing and they are empowered and encouraged to select their own work items while collaborating with the product owner. Therefore, all Scrum teams working on the same product should share the same product goal, product backlog, and product owner. The Scrum Master could facilitate the sprint planning, working with the product owner, minimizing dependencies between teams, and helping the Scrum teams to inspect and adapt their workload based on their past performance, their upcoming capacity, and their definition of done. and by doing so they become more confident on what they can forecast for the sprint. Then using sprint reviews to inspect the combined integrated increment the Scrum teams produce and adapt accordingly. Detail. In case you have your own experience in those scenarios, techniques and learnings, you can describe them to help sustain your answer. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, what artifacts are part of Scrum and during which Scrum events are they likely to be the subject of inspection? Answer is the sprint backlog is inspected during sprint planning, daily Scrum and sprint review. The product backlog is inspected during sprint planning and sprint review. The product increment is inspected during sprint planning and sprint review. Each Scrum artifact now poses a commitment introduced in the Scrum Guide 2020 version as for the product backlog, it is the product goal. For the sprint backlog, it is the sprint goal. For the increment, it is the definition of done. Apart from that, all artifacts may be inspected at any time and be the subject of conversation at any time. Scrum prescribes frequent inspection as long as it doesn't hinder the work being done. Backlog management and backlog refinement inspect the product backlog but is not a Scrum event in the strict sense. Detail. Explaining the artifacts and when they are inspected test your understanding of the Scrum Guide. Question is, during a retrospective, one of the more junior developers confessed he has a hard time getting his opinion heard. When discussing the work to be done, the more experienced developers often don't let him finish his sentences or disregard what he has to say. What Scrum values are touched upon here? Answer is mainly courage, respect, openness. Courage because the junior developer shows the courage to address a sensitive issue. Respect because in Scrum we respect everyone involved. Openness because in Scrum we are open to everyone's input, experience, and background, no matter if you are junior, senior, a customer, or the CEO. Detail. Remember to use and describe the Scrum values as means to teach and apply Scrum. And as Scrum Master is your responsibility to know how and why to use them. In order to build trust and have a strong team, the Scrum values support that process. If you have your own experience, describe it, it will enhance the quality of your answer. If you have your own experience, describe it, it will enhance the quality of your answer. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, what does the definition of done improve? Choose all that apply. Option A, quality measures. Option B, shared understanding. Option C, clarity of conventions, standards or guidelines across the organization. Option D, it helps identify when an increment is done. Option E, transparency. Correct answer is option A, B, C, D and option E. Question is, technical debt is the sole concern of the development team. As a Scrum Master, do you agree with this statement? Why or why not? Answer is do not agree. Technical debt influences the agility, delivery, and quality of the product. The more technical debt is created, the harder it becomes to add to the product, eventually slowing down development to a near halt. This makes it everyone's concern. When you are no longer able to deliver working software, the whole of the organization and its customers suffer. The developers of the Scrum team is the one responsible for knowing when the technical debt occurs. However, it's everyone's concern to keep the debt within acceptable limits by addressing it during sprints. For the product owner and stakeholders, this means not all work in a sprint will add new functionality to the product. Technical debt harms transparency. It is dangerous for a software product development if not addressed properly, since it leads to assumptions that can impact the quality and progress of the product. Detail observe that technical debt is an inevitable situation that happens when developing software. However, it must be addressed and taken care of. For this question, try to use your own or experience to enhance the quality of your answer. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Now the question is, describe the difference between a feature and component teams and how they hold up when viewed from the perspective of the Scrum Guide. Answer is feature teams work across functionality on an end user valuable part of the product. For example, the search function of a website or a list of images. Component teams work on layer of the product. For example, the database team works on the database containing the website data. The front-end team develops the user interface part of the website. From a Scrum perspective, cross-functional teams are preferred as they can deliver front-to-back working products within their team. Delivering valuable working products almost always involves several layers or components to deliver one feature. It is stated in the Scrum Guide. Scrum teams are cross-functional, meaning the members have all the skills necessary to create value each sprint. They are also self-managing, meaning they internally decide who does what, when, and how. Detail. Cross-functional and self-managing teams are preferred in Scrum since they are equipped with the skills and abilities to develop and deliver working products. Question is, what is meant by a team or organization practicing zombie or mechanical Scrum? Answer is mechanical or zombie Scrum is focused on following the rules, going through the motions, perhaps having the roles and events, but without the heart of Scrum. Practicing real Scrum instead focuses on being value driven, focusing on goals and impact. The Scrum core values of courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness, continuous improvement, and delighting stakeholders and end users. Real Scrum also acknowledges that Scrum is a framework that leaves room for discovering additional practices that help support these core values. Detail. In case you have your own experience in those scenarios, you can describe them to help sustain your answer. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, mid-sprint, the developers of the Scrum team detects that they will likely not meet the sprint goal with the work planned. They have a conversation and determine a different way to meet the sprint goal, making changes in the work planned in the sprint. What Scrum values are in evidence here? Option A courage, commitment. Option B build, measure, learn. Option C commitment, focus. Option D inspection, adaptation. Option E respect, trust. Option F courage, focus. Correct answer is option A. Question is which of the following statements are correct about the sprint goal? Choose all that apply. Option A. The sprint goal provides the developers with a target, focus, and overarching direction for the sprint. Option B. The developers commits to the sprint goal and forecast the sprint backlog. Option C. The sprint goal is crafted by the product owner in collaboration with the stakeholder. Option D. The sprint goal is the outcome of the product backlog refinement meeting and it helps the team with effective sprint planning. Option E. The Scrum team forecasts the sprint goal and commits the sprint backlog. Option F. The sprint goal is the glue that binds individuals into a team by giving them a shared purpose. Correct answer is option A, B, and option F. Question is in 2020 was released a new version of the Scrum Guide and now it presents the term accountability. The Scrum Guide says the entire Scrum team is accountable for creating a valuable, useful increment every sprint. Scrum defines three specific accountabilities within the Scrum team: the developers, the product owner, and the Scrum Master. In case a sprint goal becomes obsolete, who has the authority to cancel the sprint? Option A developers. Option B product owner. Option C Scrum Master. Option D Scrum team. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is what does the Scrum team do with the product backlog items that were not completed or done in the sprint? Option A put it on the product backlog for the product owner to decide what to do with it. Option B do not include the item in the increment this sprint. Option C if the stakeholders agree the product owner can accept it and release it to the users. Option D review the item, add the done part of the estimate to the velocity and create a story for the remaining work. Correct answer is option A and option B. Question is which statements regarding backlog refinement are correct? Choose two options. Option A during product backlog refinement items are reviewed and revised. Option B the product owner is responsible for organizing backlog refinement. Option C backlog refinement takes place before sprint planning. Option D no more than 10% of Scrum team capacity is used for refinement. Option E product backlog refinement is the act of adding detail, estimates, size, and order to items in the product backlog. Correct answer is option A and option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, every sprint has a sprint review. What is the purpose and result of this event? Answer is, during the sprint review, the result of the sprint is inspected. It's the Scrum team's event which presents the result of their work to key stakeholders and progress towards the product goal is discussed. The Scrum team might provide additional information about what was delivered and the challenges faced. Stakeholders at the event inspect the product by using it and providing feedback. If the work is done and accepted, it will be added to the product increment. Work not accepted is returned to the product backlog. Inspecting the product will give new insight into the direction the product is taking. Conversations about what is needed next will take place. The product owner can use this information to update the product backlog. The result is heightened transparency for all involved, that is, Scrum team and stakeholders. Work has been inspected, either added to the product backlog or needing more work, and an updated product backlog based on the latest state of the product. Detail: understanding the meaning and results of the sprint review and using the Scrum Guide vocabulary will help sustain your answer and explain the value of this event. Question is, as part of the product backlog management, your team's product owner wants to create a sprint backlog for the upcoming sprint. This way, it's ready during sprint planning, making the event more effective. What is your opinion on this? Answer is, even this looks well meant, this conflicts with the Scrum Guide. The sprint backlog is created during sprint planning. As the Scrum Guide states, sprint planning initiates the sprint by laying out the work to be performed for the sprint. This resulting plan is created by the collaborative work of the entire Scrum team. Additional considerations. First, the product owner focuses on asking, why is this sprint valuable? And he proposes work that could increase the value in the sprint. Second, the product owner and developers work together and collaborate to answer the question, what can be done this sprint? Third, the developers plan the necessary work that will meet the definition of done and will produce an increment by answering this question. How will the chosen work get done? Fourth, furthermore, the sprint review and sprint retrospective will likely influence the product backlog and sprint backlog. Fifth, by preparing it beforehand, transparency is reduced by making the plan for the sprint together. Essential conversation take place. Detail: in order to make a proper decision, the Scrum team must have transparency on the work that has been done, inspect and adapt to figure out what to do next. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, during a retrospective, one of the more junior developers confesses he has a hard time getting his opinion heard. When discussing the work to be done, the more experienced developers often don't let him finish his sentences or disregard what he has to say. What Scrum values are touched upon here? Answer is mainly courage, respect, openness. Courage because the junior developer shows the courage to address a sensitive issue. Respect because in Scrum we respect everyone involved. Openness because in Scrum we are open to everyone's input experience, and background. No matter if you are junior, senior, a customer, or the CEO. Detail. Remember to use and describe the Scrum values as means to teach and apply Scrum. And as Scrum Master is your responsibility to know how and why to use them. In order to build trust and have a strong team, the Scrum values support that process. If you have your own experience, describe it, it will enhance the quality of your answer. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe.